Today I'm going to be building some pool noodle gates and showing you guys how I'm doing it. I've already got some noodle gates, but they're only made of 2 noodles. They flop over and they're really small, so I want something a little bit better. These are 3-meter long PVC pipes. Now what I'm going to do with this first is put 2 noodles over it, which are about 1.5 meters each, and just see how much extra space I will have in the middle. When you actually build one of these gates, you'll need 3 noodles to cover the 3 sides. I also have a tape measure in case I need to measure them, a texter that's good to write the markers to cut them, and of course something to cut them. This is actually not easy, apparently. These are new noodles, they haven't been stretched out like my other ones. I really shouldn't have bothered doing this. Of course you don't have to do this, you're going to cut it right in the middle regardless. I'm just doing this to see how much extra I'm going to have for the fittings to go onto. It's not going anywhere. That's what I need to do from the start. Clearly this one slides around a bit better. You know, I give up on this red noodle. If you're going to do this size testing, have some noodles that have already been used. This is a serious arm exercise getting these on and off. Okay, now I've got something more appropriate. This is a pre-loved noodle, as you can see. It's been sliced many times. Oh yeah, this noodle really needs some repairs. So now I have my 2 lengths of pool noodle over the piece. You can see this right here is the extra length I have, and I'll be cutting it right there, which means I've got this much on either side to connect the joins to. So there's not much to work with there, might have to squish the noodles a bit. Now I've marked the halfway point on there, I'm going to try and cut right about on that line there. Now I've just lined up another pipe with this one as best as I can so the ends meet, and I'm just going to draw a marking line on this one as well, and I'm going to repeat that for the rest of these. I'm using 6 to make these 4 gates. All the pipes are marked and ready to cut. Now take whatever cutting tool you're using and just cut along this line. This thing works quite well. Now multiply that by 6 and you're good. If you want 4 gates, and if you want 1 gate, you're going to have to take 3 of these lengths. Now I have a sea of pipe. Now in a bag over here I have a handful of these joins. So these are 90-degree joins for this 20mm pipe. I'm going to take any 2 of the pipes and just place them in there. Perfect. Got a decent amount of flex in that. So these will hold in by themselves, and if you want to have them easily transported, then of course leave them like this so you can pull them right out, and you could glue them in there if you have any trouble with that, although then you won't be able to take them apart. Now I'm going to take a noodle, place it right over. It fits pretty good on that. You can see here where the bend is, and the noodle is going just to the end of that 90-degree elbow, and you can see then what's left on the other side is a pretty good amount for this next one to go right over. Just like this. And you might need to hold the other end to get it on nicely. Then you'll have to adjust, of course, the angle of this one. It's pretty good. I pushed the noodle a fair bit over the 90-degree elbow on the other end, so I can get some more grip on here, so it actually stays on. This is basically the gate. Of course, I'll put a pull noodle here, and another one here. Gives you a quad protection, so you don't break stuff. So as for how these feet I have here are going to go, you know, if I make them a bit longer, then they'll hold up a bit better, but I'll see how they go. Right now, even with these really short ones, that's not doing too badly. Yeah, I definitely need to glue these in, they are falling out. Honestly, I might just tape them because it's easier to remove if I need to. Yeah, I'm just going to tape them. Okay, I'm just going to use this tape right here. Just some grey duct tape, you know, good strong stuff. Make sure this bit's on tight first. And then cut off some of this and go for it. Alright, check that out. That should be pretty solid right now. It's not going to fall out anymore. I'm going to try and squish the noodle up as much as I can into the right angle bend so it's all the way up like that. Now to make sure these are straight and lined up, I'm going to put it down on this flat surface. Alright, so this one needs to turn a bit this way. I'm going to keep using these to grip it. Yep, that's about as good as it's going to get. Now what I've done is I've squished the noodle, so you can see I've got all of this extra space here. And I'm going to use that temporarily to get the tape on. Of course, that won't be something you have to think about if you have lengths that are about 1.6 meters instead of 1.5, or even just like a few centimeters longer. Okay, that's all done. Now these are not coming off in a hurry. I can just push the noodle back along. There's one side. There's the other. I'm just going to push it back along a bit further, just so it's nice and even. There we go. Look at that. One side, other side. Good to go. Whew. And you can see. Whoop. Look at that. Oh, that's looking like a really massive gate compared to what I'm used to. I need to get a comparison here. I'm going to make you a comparison right now. I actually need this to construct the gate. So what I did, this piece goes into here. And by the way, if you want a smaller gate and cheaper gate, easier gate, then this is the way. Oh crap. Shove them in like this. Just like that. And then we would have them staked into the ground like so. So you can get an idea of how big they were. They weren't always this big though, because they would flop over and that sort of thing. And the noodles got old and everything. So they didn't actually stay this size, but that's what we are used to, the guys I fly with. Durability testing. The tape definitely works. These two bits have stayed in very nicely, the right angles on here. Right, finally, this one's done. And for the next one, so as you can see, it's really handy if you've already had gates before and you've got noodles that are a bit, well, this one's very significantly wider at the end. It's been sliced apart. The point is, if you've got noodles that are a bit enlarged in the middle, boom. That is going to make life a lot easier putting these together. Otherwise, yeah, it's going to be pretty tight. Maybe you can cut up the ends a bit, make it a bit easier for yourself. There you go. That's all set up now. As you can see, there's 3 different colours. Yeah, it doesn't really look that good. Maybe you think it looks good. I don't know. But the reason is that these are difficult to see. So if you have 3 different colours, you've got more chance of actually seeing the gate, I reckon. That's nice and squishy. This top's going to have a lot of give. It's not going to come out too easily. It's going to take quite a beating, and when it falls out, that's how easy it is to fix. Of course, with this solution, it's going to, you know, it can flex in and out. It's also very easy to move your gate wherever you want versus having stakes. but maybe a more reliable solution to have it stay up is to use some stakes, and it might be something I experiment with, but this is working quite well, and if I increase the length of these pieces on the feet, then it should work very well. And fixed. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much how you make some easy gates. These ones are 5 foot, if I didn't mention it. So this is about 5 foot, 1.5 meters tall. Yep, that's 150. 5 foot right there. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed my video making these gates. I'm going to be making 3 more of these. That sounds like great fun. Anyway, I'm going to link a video in the description or somewhere on the screen or something. Check it out, down below at least. With a video flying through these gates. Obviously I won't be able to fly with these for a while. Tomorrow I'm racing at Eastside, and hopefully the next weekend to be able to get up some content with these guys and then be able to see what it looks like flying through it. For now, that's how you build it.